afternoon. We have just arrived from the long and laborious journey all the way from Twickenham, picking up young Michael on the way to Farnborough. We are at Tony Kingdon's Furzebray Lakes. Now Tony's invited us down, bent my ear for ages to get down here and just have a little go. Myself and Michael will come down, we've got a couple of nights ahead of us. I am told, we haven't had a walk round yet, I am told by mates of mine that fish it can be a little bit on the old tricky side, so I'm not expecting to bag up, as you say, as if you're going to go to linear. 1 or 2 fish, maybe 3 fish between us, and I think we'll have a result. It's pegged at what, 3.5 acres. From just standing here looking, it looks amazing. So Tony, you have got one amazing place where you live. If you ever need to adopt a much older son, not him because he's too small, it'll have to be me. Thank you very much. But joking aside, we've got a couple of nights ahead of us, just tipped up. We're going to cut this off now, have a good walk round, select where we're going to set up for the trip, and get some bait in the water. We're told it's been fishing really slow of late. Any fish is going to be a bonus anyway, but do we like a challenge? Of course we do. That was some night's weather. Come on.
I nearly built an ark last night.
Oh, it's just good, mate.
So
I mean, looking on the phone, an XC weather is pretty cool, isn't it? It's usually pretty cool. It was light, 0.1mm light drizzle. Yeah?
Yeah, I think they missed the decimal plate.
I definitely think the weatherman knew we were coming here, and they definitely whacked us last night. All night long, I had the doors zipped. I hate that.
Oh.
I've had to change the bivvy front this morning. Well, I haven't had to, but I have, because now that it's fine weather, but I put the mesh on. Last night, mate, zipped down, cooking burgers in here, I hated it, because it's not what we do, mate.
No, you can't see the lake. It's you can't hear anything, you can't see anything. It's just.
Well, I could hear it.
You could hear rain.
Pouring rain. I kept popping head out like a little tortoise, like you call me, with a little head torch on. It was like, nah, not again, mate, not again. But I did hear a fish in the night somewhere over the back there, and of course, look at you, just before first light. Wallop.
Bit lucky, wasn't it?
No, not at all, mate. You worked your swim out, didn't you?
Yeah, I think
you worked
so.
your swim out and caught a nice fish. What an amazing looking carp.
It was, yeah. It was one of those when it rolled out in the head torch. It was like, it was so.
Well, on
nice.
here, you know, there's what Tony's just been around. There's 5 good 40s, 6 good 40s, and then a lot of 30s, wasn't it? So I did think when you rang me earlier, I said I've got one. I thought I've got to ask you when that rod went off and you lifted into it.
Yeah, when the bobbin hit the floor, it was. You don't know what you're lifting into, do you?
Well, the thing is, there's probably 7 or 8 in here now that are over your, at the moment, PB. So
exactly. But
you've done a night and got one. You know, I've got friends of mine who've fished here, and it's not you're not going to bag up. If we said on the journey up, Michael, if we get a couple of fish each in a couple of nights,
be a good trip.
Be a good trip, and then you've cracked one on the first night. Now, 22.5 pounds. All right, it's not a giant, but bloody hell, look at it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a real nice fish.
Mega fish, mate. Well done. And I really mean that. Really well done from the other end of the lake where they're not meant to be in this weather.
Morning. Here we are at Furzebray Lakes. Ian and I got here about, I don't know, lunchtime yesterday. The weather we had last night was torrential. It absolutely poured down, the wind was howling. And so you just batten down the hatches for the night. But luckily, about just after light this morning, I had this take for this lovely 22 pounder. I mean, look at that. Look at the colours on that. That's absolutely lovely, that fish. Tony really has got a superb fishery here. This one fell to a pink hit and run wafter on a stiff D rig using Optimex fluoro. Anyway, I'm going to slip this one back. It's getting a bit lively now, and I think she just wants to go back to her home, which you can understand. Hopefully it's the first of many.
Now, I'm going to do another night here. I'm not really feeling it in this corner, although Tony does keep on about that. You know, there will be fish around. There's 100 fish in here, but they're just a bit tricky, aren't they? I'm going to do one more night in here, and if nothing's happened, I'd be silly not to move well beyond you. See what happens with you tonight, and go right down in the lawns, well past him before anyone says, "Oh, we're going to nick his swim." 50-60 yards past you, and have a look anyway tomorrow. We'll see what happens, mate. I definitely heard one in this bay last night.
Yeah.
Because the coots went bonkers. And I'll say it's never going to be a prolific trip, is it? Maybe 2
No,
each would be
but
nice.
it's an absolutely stunning lake, isn't it? It's beautiful. Tony's
Heaven.
what he's created here is amazing.
Heaven, mate, it is absolutely beautiful, really beautiful. Mind you, he did look a bit dapper yesterday, didn't he, when we turned up?
And he's shooting
He's
here.
shooting, he's shooting clobber. Yeah, he did look a bit dapper. Like, I should have took a picture of him. The Carp Spirit catalogue, that would have been lovely.
He could have been this year's cover.
I think he will be.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
last year's if I've seen him in that last year.
But yeah, another 2 nights to go yet, mate. So
I'm going to pull him in soon, walk round, have a look round, readdress them, because Tony has said, bear in mind, we were messing around all yesterday afternoon getting the rods in position, didn't know what was out there. He has literally just left us and said the PM, the afternoon is a good time for a bite. So we've got four areas now that we're happy with, should we say. One of them's going to bite for you, so it's going to be reel him in soon, finish my coffee, have a wander about, get back here for it in about an hour and a half, reposition the 4 rods and bed them in, mate.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it's going to be.
So on that note, well done.
Cheers, mate.
1 night, 1 bite. Well done.
Cheers.
Well, having lost one about an hour before dark, devastation, was going to hang myself, you know it, you know the feeling. And there you go, just had my sausage and beans, £28 of Tony King. Look at the tail on that, no wonder it falls so blimmin' hard. £28 of Tony Kingdoms. Did I call him Kingdom or Kingdom? It's Kingdom, this is his kingdom. Anyway, £28, little yellow hit and run tight to the island with a boat full of sweet corn. And there we are, second bite. The first one, run me left, crashed into the reeds and fell off. And because you're like, oh, really? Really? Especially as we want to make a proper little film as well. But there you go, 28, thank you very, very much. This fall, do you know what, if this had fell off, I thought it was a catfish, it would not give up. So you fought like a fish twice, maybe 3 times your size. Thank you very much. Let's nip you back, wash me plate up because I just had me beans, and get that rod back out. Them old bushwhacker poles, bob on.
Well, as you know, it's been the most mad morning fishing for me. Probably the best carp fishing morning I've ever had. This is one of 4 I've had this morning, considering we were told it was going to be hard. And I've been very, very lucky, mate. And £40, 8 ounces. This one, an absolute beast.
Mate, that's a mental fish. Look at the length of it.
Yeah.
And the other side's even scalier, mate. And that is, what a morning. What a morning.
I mean, I've never seen line strip of a reel like it. It was mad. But yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits.
But flick back, while you spin him round, flick back to the journey on the road here with the Greg sausage rolls. If we get 1 each, maybe 2, we're going to have had a result, mate, haven't we? And look what you've got. These you've had 5 fish now in 2 mornings.
I know.
That's beyond, mate, isn't it?
I'm going home a happy man, whatever now, mate.
Well, going on what's happened in 2 mornings, we've got 1 more. Well, hey, tomorrow is what? Look at that. Oh,
come on, baby.
that is a beast, mate, isn't it? Tail up fraction, mate. Oh,
Struggling
yes.
to hold him, but there you go.
That is, let me just pull this down in fraction. That is absolutely fantastic.
Wicked.
Tiny Kingdom.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right. Very good.
Fish number 2 of a morning of madness.
Yeah, it's £32 this one. Again on the pink hit and run wafters. Chucked over the far bank with a load of 12 millers thrown around it. Monster Tiger Nut, 12 millers that is. And yeah, what a fish. Look at the colours on it, lovely chestnut. I'm feeling really privileged to be fishing this morning, I've got to be honest. It's doesn't happen like this very often, it's certainly not for me. So
Monster Tigers.
Monster Tigers, mate, all the way.
They definitely do not. Certainly for my angling, Michael, and yours, do not let you down, mate.
No, lovely,
£32, look at the colours on that. And we've got a bigger one yet.
Yeah.
No. Right.
All good?
We are on fish number
3, and unbelievably at £26, it's the smallest one. Like I said, I've never known nights fishing like this. Monster tiger, like, especially in the winter for me, does it every time. Pink hit and run over the top, absolutely deadly, and a stiff hint, like a stiff link with a choddy hook. It's a big D rig, and it just works on this trip, and hopefully on other trips in the future. But yeah, let's get.
Yeah, but credit where it's due, Michael. There's being on fish and not catching them. Okay, there's not being on fish and not catching them, but being on fish and making multiple hits.
Yeah.
Is where it comes into its own, mate. It's making the most of it, of a situation, which you have done in the last 2.5 hours, mate.
And they've all been on the same rod as well. It's not. I could have fished one rod last night, and that's not me being cocky. It all was all on the same rod. It's absolutely mental.
Well, what's that with my swim? All 3 takes, same rod.
Yeah, yeah.
Little tiny areas, mate. But look at this one. This is a clonker.
A very lively clonker at the moment,
Well,
I'm afraid.
The thing is, it was all happening so rapid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You've just got to pop them in the edge for half hour while the other rod's going off. Mate. Look at that.
Like sovereigns on that one.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit with this camera, Michael, without ruining it all, because that deserves it.
How's that?
Oh my word. Tail up a fraction, buddy.
There you go.
That is absolutely... What's it weigh, this one?
This was £26 on the nose.
Wow.
So,
He's got a big nose and all. Probably just a fish, mate. Probably just a fish. We'll call it just a fish, shall we? There we go. That is... Look at that, Tony.
Every fish, mate.
The big ones are beautiful. The little ones are beautiful. You ain't. Right, Michael. Fish number 4. The ducks are laughing at you. And as we guessed, by far the biggest. Go on.
46.4 and a new PB for me.
Massively.
Not happy. Oh.
We'll start that again then, right?
Bleep that
Ready? That's what I do, not you. You're polite. Right, let's do it again. Well, Michael, the 4th and by far, let me just adjust your camera, mate, by far the biggest. So
Yep.
what have we got?
46.4 and my PB for anywhere, to be honest.
A long shot, mate.
Home and abroad. I've had a few nice fish in my time, but nothing this big, and I'm absolutely loving it here at Furzebray.
Proper brace of 40s, not
Brace.
24 hours apart, an hour apart.
Yeah.
That is amazing fishing, mate.
Can I put him down now? My arms are aching.
No, you can't. You've got to hold him up. I want a couple of pictures. You, mate, you caught him. Don't blame me. That is,
That's worth it.
yeah, I'll do that. Very beautiful carp, mate. We are still rolling. So no more swearing.
No more potty mouth.
We are,
No more Ian Russell potty mouth.
we are still rolling, so no more swearing. Because we already had to redo it once. Right, bang it.
Right, come on, darling. One last time.
Oh, that is a whopper. Head slightly towards me, only if you can. If not, I'll move.
Nice one. I've got him balanced now.
Right. One more, mate.
Good.
Yeah, good on that. Right, I think we need to talk about yesterday evening first, because when we talk about your result this morning, it blows everything out the water, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Now, I'd been fishing with braided hook links on mine, just to be something different here, because we both were forewarned they're quite tricky, and I thought maybe just something different. But I had my first take yesterday at 3 o'clock from under the bush out there. It ran real fast because they're only overhangs, aren't they, these? Smashed into the reeds to my left. The hook fell out, so it was like, right, all 4 in, because we are using 4. Tony said we can with the only ones on. All 4 in, changed them all to me 32 pound Optimex, would be 6, size 6, size 4 actually, wide gate hooks on the end, the beat point ones. And 6 o'clock, same rod went. Now honestly, if that fish had dropped off, I'd have swore Tony had put a catfish in here. I mean, you've experienced this, you've had 5 of them now, Michael. They just will not stop blooming fighting, will
They're
they?
animals, mate. They're absolute beasts.
They are animals.
Well, yeah, all right.
Strange
they are
enough.
animals, yeah, funny enough.
I don't know if you realise that. You've only been fishing like 40 years. that said and done, got the rod back with me torch with the pole with the torch. About 7 o'clock, laying here messing around as you do with Facebook and that bobbin hit the rod and fell to the floor again, and it's like been done on it. I left it half hour, pulled it in, and when I've got a boat full of sweet corn, every about a tin and a half of corn every time with a yellow hit and run. Schoolboy error. Tip it out, obviously on the way, the billionth of a second it's going through the stuff, it's hooked a bit of sweet corn.
Yeah, you couldn't do it again if you tried.
On the hook point was a bit of sweet corn, and that was a messed up take. So yesterday evening I had 3 chances, mate, which is pretty blooming good for me, Tony said.
Yeah.
But to only have had 1 fish out of them, I think it's a little bit unlucky, a little bit unfair of the lake. You know, the fish falling off, that happens. That happens. It was me trying to be a bit fancy and change my tactics. The bit of sweet corn, I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
Okay.
But I've had a fish, 28. I'm very pleased.
Lovely fish too,
But
wasn't
you know, eventually we're going to have to talk about what you had this morning, mate. What? Look at the smile on that man. Incredible result from a very small person with some very large carp, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it was mental. You know, it started about 5 o'clock this morning, I suppose, was the first one. I texted you straight away, didn't I? I said I think it's about £25, which it turned out to be a 26-pounder. So
that was the linear, wasn't it?
Yeah, double row.
Again, mega, mate.
Yeah. And then literally, I'm getting ready to do the photographs for that one, and then the next one going off, and that was something special. And,
yeah.
You know, we've since weighed it and photographed, and it was 46.5. 46.4.
Oh, adding an ounce on.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we go.
You like it matters.
Here we go. Well, and also, you know, it's a PB, mate.
Yeah,
and
very
I'm
much
chuffed
so.
to be here.
Yeah.
Because again, we keep relating to the van journey up here, stuffing our faces with Greg's sausage rolls, and we both said if we get 2 fish each, being that it's a tricky venue, you've had a result, and there's 5 or 6 fish in here, well over your PB.
Well, you texted me last week, and you actually said PB for you next week, little man.
And it's lovely, isn't it? And I'm chuffed that I'm here with you.
Yeah.
really happy for. No, I'm chuffed to bits, mate, because you don't get anywhere near the fishing I get, mate. So
yeah.
Earned and deserved.
Yeah,
Move on.
Blew me away. Yeah.
Move on.
Well, okay. So once again, I'm getting ready to do the photographs of that one, and the next rod. Well, it's the same rod every time. I do the same thing every time I catch a fish. I keep it in the net, get the rod back out fishing, because obviously they're out there, so you want to get it back out on the spot. Got the rod back out fishing, getting ready to do the photographs, same rod's gone again, and it was like a 32-pounder, that one I think.
That was a nice scaly one though, wasn't it? That reddy colour on his flanks.
Yeah, very much.
You know, if you had only had, and there's still more to come, if you'd only had the 26 and the 32, again, let's not lose it, that would have been an amazing night's fishing, you know, respecting where we are.
Yep.
But again...
But then, unbelievably, same thing again, just getting ready to do the photographs, and the same rod again. So all 4 bites have been on the same rod. Unbelievable.
All 5 bites, because the one the night before was on that rod, wasn't it?
Same rod, yeah. So all 5 bites have been on that same rod. And that one was, £40 and 8 ounces.
£40 8 ounces, mate.
So,
and that is literally, it looks almost like 4 foot long, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a missile, mate.
Called Starburst or something, I think Tony said that one. But
what an amazing result, mate.
But this was all in within hour and a half, 2 hours.
Just shows you, yeah.
Ridiculous.
But Michael, it's good angling. You've fed an area. You've marked your lines, because bear in mind this is dark, and you're lobbing them back out there. So you've marked your line. Everything has come together. Why not? You know, it does occasionally, doesn't it? Yeah. We so often mess up. Don't worry about yesterday evening.
It's a sweet corn.
And a look pause, a carp crashes through the reeds to your left.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is every day for us all. People don't see the one that drops off or the messed up rig. They only, you know, with modern media, it's always about the successes which you've had. Yeah. But on the flip side, you've got me down here who's messed it all up, to be fair, completely ruined it, and that's it, I'm going home now.
But it is a rarity, to be fair, Reed. Well,
you say that, but what I'm trying to say is people don't show the bad side. We always do, because if you struggle, mate. You know, I'm staying here tonight. There are a few fish about now. I've seen a few this morning sitting here with Tony. If I get one more, I've had a result. If not, I'm going home with a 28-pounder.
Which we'd have been happy with.
I'd have been happy with on the way here. You know, the fact that you've had 300 fish has turned it into brace nose.
But the first 2 fish we had, 1 each, we'd have been happy if we...
Yeah.
Because we said 1 each, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what we set out to do. So.
Well, I spoke to a few people that have fished it and some very good anglers that have been up here, and they've really struggled or had nothing at all, mate. So again, that's why we were talking along them lines. But mine have been on, like I just said, me size 4 beat point, the small hit and run pop up over tin. Every scoop has got a tin and a half of corn in it. Yeah. What have you been doing?
Well, I stuck with what I did first night. I've spread 12mm boilies all up and down the far reed line, and I've just put, well, like this one here, just so I happen to have one ready.
That's a bit like Blue Peter.
I know. It's just
except it's Yellow Michael.
It's just a bit of £32 Optimex with a size 6 shoddy hook with a big D on the back and a pink hit and run wafter.
Right then.
And it just sits just lovely. The hook flat on the bottom and that just sits above it.
The pinks are the Nadgers, mate. I mean, I've got the yellow on mine because the corn. Other than that, the pinks are my favourites, mate.
Well, I find the pinks in the winter, in the colder, but when it gets to spring, I tend to swap to the white ones because the cobbits, this spring I had loads, didn't I?
But do you honestly think, getting a bit technical now for the last minute, a white one of a night would have made any difference in this murky water? They're just scooping it up, I think, mate.
Probably, yeah.
But have you put 2 on that spot?
Tonight.
And you haven't done that yet?
No,
okay,
tonight.
so tonight.
So
I'm interested tonight to see if both go or the left one goes out of them too.
Yeah, I was going to put 2 on the spot just to try and get more bites. Is that
greedy?
Well,
no, it's not. No, Michael's good. It's like you said to me earlier, move down there.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it. I never do it. I have it happen to me so many times when we're filming or when we're fishing. No, I know you don't mind. I do. Oh. But I would have to go on the right hand side of you. Your bites are coming from the right hand side. I'll either nick your bites or cut you off, and that wouldn't help either of us. So I've seen a few here come over this little shallow bar earlier with Tony standing here, and I'm quite happy. I'll keep getting the odd little liner on the left one.
Yeah, one just now.
I'm happy in this bay. I had three bites yesterday evening, so we'll get another one tonight. But no, thank you for your invite. But it's something I never do. Because I've suffered it, and
you've offered it to me in the past, so why wouldn't I return the favour?
Well, there you go. Well done last night.
No, thank you. Well chuffed.
Good luck for tonight.
I'm so chuffed. I just said to you just now, I just sat there in the rain this morning just laughing.
I know, mate.
Anybody looked at me, I just thought I was mental.
Well, that's as I say, the 26 and the 32 would have made a fantastic night's fishing.
Yeah.
To top it, the £40 8 and a 46 for PB, 46.4 by the way, PB, mega. Now get yourself round there, get yourself showered because you stink, and
thanks, mate.
And I'm going to read all my rods, mate, in preparation for this afternoon because that's when my bites were.
Yeah, you had afternoon bites, didn't you?
Yeah. So there you go.
All the best for that.
Gobbler shut, and I'll see you a little later. Well, after Michael's result this morning, and me sulking, not really, but envious for a great big fish.
He did salt.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. My first bite yesterday was 3 PM. Got the rods in. Oh, blimey. 1 o'clock. Tony stand behind the camera. It's a fish called Clover. 46 pounds exactly. Now I did say to Tony, this is rather like going to France, but not needing your passport. With all these big, that's 3 £40 fish this morning this lake has done. Come on, baby. Calm down. But what a place. What a place. Full up of sweet corn. Little yellow hit and run again. Fast becoming my favourite out of the little range. Clover. Oh, let's turn her over anyway. She also doesn't like that side. Clover at 46 pounds. What a trip. Whew. Steve Coe, I bet you wish you was here now, boy. Oh, they are big and slippery. There we go. Right, this time. Look at that. For a whopper. What more can I say other than what I've already said? She's going to kick. Let's lay her down, get some stills and put her back home. What a place.
It's weird, last night Ian and I were talking about how we'd had, 8 bites between us, and every single one had been mirrors. And I had another mirror last night, and then just now, in the last 45 minutes, I had 3 bites, and they were all commons. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, this was the first one at £24.10. Here we go. Oh, proper angry. Look at that one. And then this one at £25.2. And finally this one at £27.12. They're all taken on the same rod, using pink hit and run wafters on a fluorocarbon D rig, and it's sort of, well, that's all I've got to say really. I'm running out of words to describe this place. Absolutely fantastic, loving every minute of it. It's almost a shame we have to go home tomorrow. Good evening. As you can tell, different bite time for me now, and also different spot, different bait. This was a pink hit and run pop-up on a Ronnie rig, which is a rig that served me well this year, and a different spot which was down to the right there, because Tony, the owner, he said to me that the fish might move once you've caught a few, so I've put one on single sticks down to the right, and this one's gone off about 9:30 in the evening. Absolutely lovely, these fish here. I can't knock them. So I'm going to take a few stills and get this one back, and hopefully there's more to come.
Good morning. We've just done our final night, and it's been quiet for me. I didn't make the move, which I never do that, and I'm glad I didn't do it, because it would probably have cut you off, because you just had another £1,000 of carp. So your night yet again was hectic, mate.
It was, yeah. And what was one of the things we were talking about last night about? We haven't seen any commons.
Lack of commons.
Lack of commons.
Yeah. Well, Tony said there's not that many in here, did he? And the biggest tops at about, which little Harry Pratt the other year, mate of mine, 38 odd, which is a big fish. But go on.
I had 3 commons in 45 minutes.
You sure it wasn't the same one? You just keep putting, turning it round and change the t-shirt.
The other 2 are waiting to have their photos taken.
Yeah. Mate, that's incredible. And mid-20s, all of them, aren't they? Roundabout.
Yeah, 3 mid-20 commons and a £27 mirror as well.
Mate, what a night.
Yeah,
I mean, we done the right thing fishing either end, because we thought the stock would be split. To be fair, the bulk of them have been at that end, but I still think if I'd have moved up on you, Michael, it would have jeopardised. It would have either cut you off, or it would have finished it for both of us. So we fish our own swims, mate.
Yeah.
I know it was a lovely offer, but no. And look at that yesterday afternoon, just as well I didn't move.
Yeah.
You know, I got back here, put them out, an hour later, clover.
What a fish.
And it. So that, I mean, I've had a couple. 2 fish messed up taking a drop fish, but 2 fish for me in 3 nights on here, I'll take that on the way here. So we've had a mega trip, mate. And look at you, to be fair to you, mate, it's, yes, you're on numbers, but it's keeping them coming.
Yeah.
It's the angler. You know, a lot of people I know would have ballsed it up, but to be fair to you, mate, you've kept it coming. Well, it's like a little conveyor belt, really, wasn't it?
You always have to get the word little in there, don't you?
Well, you are little, you know. You don't exactly.
I'm not that little.
You don't exactly play basketball, do you? What's his name? Team in America. You're only a little midget. Jamie Simpson will love that. But you've kept it coming, mate. And respect 9 fish, mate. 9 fish.
Yeah. Happy days.
I think a lot of the lads in the winter would be quite happy that for their winter, ticket. So
that starts next week.
Well, yeah, I know. I've had a fella messaging me this morning about what's going on. But Great Lake. Tricky as hell. We've just hit it right. Let's get it right, mate. We have hit it right. We knew we'd get a fish or 2, but to have, a 9 and a 2 and 2 fish, 11 fish. That sounds a bit one-sided, doesn't it? A bit lopsided. That's not it, Michael. Came here, loved it. We got another. It's now 7:45, so we probably about 9 o'clock here with the rods in.
Yeah. Plus, you're not forgetting we caught 50% of the A team as well.
I'm gonna high five that, matey. So another hour or so's fishing, then I'll bring the van round, we'll load up, say goodbye to Tony, and thank you very much.
The road, I nearly said a rude word then.
That sounds very unlike you.
It's being with you.
Very unlike you.
I've gone rogue.
Very unlike you. Right, so finish this, have an hour, you better go and put your rods back out for that last hour, because you never quite know, do you, mate? And
I haven't had any bites in the day,
It might have been PM, but you don't know, do you? And I'm still going to give it that extra hour, mate. And then we'll hit the A303.
Can we stop at Stonehenge?
I'll tell you where we can stop. And guess whose round it is this time?
Kentucky?
No. No, it's too early for Kentucky. Greg
Never too early. Never too
early.
early.
Alright, if Kentucky don't open till 11. It'll be probably that before we get halfway home. We've got like a 1,000-mile journey. We need lemonade. We don't need cigarettes like the Blues Brothers because we don't smoke. But we need Skittles.
Yeah.
Purple Skittles have been missing on this trip, which is why we're both low on energy.
Yeah.
We're stopping at a service station. Purple Skittles, 2 sausage rolls, and a cup of tea each.
That'll do.
Bang on.
Good trip, mate. expect me to say something profound at the end then.
Right. Wow. Right. I did say I'd leave the rods an extra hour, and there you go. Ooh, an angry one of Tony's tiddlers. 20 pounds on the nose. What an amazing fishing trip. I'm going to load the barrow now, pop round and see Michael. I know he's had 9 fish. This puts me on 3, but the size of that gob. But this has surpassed anything we could have imagined would have happened on the journey on the 1,000 miles to Tony's Lake. So thank you, Tony. Thank you, little carp. So I'm going to put you back. Let's go and see Mr. P. Last fish of the trip, mate. Just put my little 20 pounder back. It's ironic, this is 21 pounds, yeah?
Yep.
So the last 2 fish of the trip are the smallest of the
ones,
trip. Yeah. Mate, what a lovely trip though, mate. So this is you on 10 fish now, buddy.
10 fish.
Love a lifetime, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. My best ever.
Hello. Hello. No, listen, Tony Kingdom, thank you very much for inviting us here. We have had a mental trip, haven't we? Loads of fish. I mean, a 45 plus each is just ridiculous, isn't it? Again,
Yeah.
the van would have took 1 fish each all day long, mate, but you've smashed it, and I've enjoyed myself at the other end where they're not. Great trip. Thank you, Tony and family.
Yeah.
Fantastic lake. He did say we can come back in a couple of years.
Did he?
That'll be a 30 by then.
Probably blank that time.
We'll have him again. No, you won't. No, you won't. Cheers, Tony.
Thanks, Doug.